And I just want to say that I'm thankful and proud to be here right now to guide you and be your host. In honor of the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Program is only one of many programs acknowledging the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. But tonight we have a superb and excellent program in line for you. And tonight's theme is entitled A Celebration and Remembrance of the Man, the Message, and the Mission. And believe me, tonight's program is just that. It's a celebration. We're here to celebrate not only King's life, but the sacrifices and struggle he made, not only for blacks, but whites alike. There are many messages to be given in this program tonight. So without further ado, I would like to ask you to please be considerate of others and listen and just join us in celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. in this special day, in this program. Thank you. At this time, we would like for Reverend Simon Perkins to do the opening prayer, and we would like to ask all of you to bow your heads. Thank you.
God of grace and God of glory, we thank thee for this hour and the sustentation of our minds, that we might be able to remember the good works of a good man. Help us to continue the work of equality, brotherhood, and fellowship. And most assuredly, those responsible for the task of bringing these quality programs to the student body, give them strength, creativity, and wisdom. Now, as we proceed this night, may we not be caught up in the pageantry, but remember the depth of the dream, and be thankful and be grateful that we are yet alive. It is through the matchless grace of Jesus Christ we ask it all. Amen. Amen.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to ask everyone to please stand in the sing of the Black National Anthem, sung by Jason Hicks.
Let every boy can sing, till earth and heaven ring with the harmony of
I would like to bring Mr. George Rogers, the unique student. And a lot of you probably know him, he's seen him around campus, but this is a strong, deep, black young man that's full of inspiration. And he's also the president of Black Warriors Foundation, which is a new organization. At this time, I'd like to bring Mr. George Rogers with a reading.
Excuse me, did you get the mic back a little bit? Thank you.
Words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Through the Community of Man by Renee Taylor. Hear the words of Dr. Martin Luther King on racism by Sheila Flynn, on civil rights by Yvette Cross. Hear the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. on justice and freedom by Maureen Smith, on faith and religion by Audra Hicks, on nonviolence by Michelle Wheeler. Hear the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. on peace by Tierra Shivers. Following a short proclamation by Ms. Kim Weaver and a solo by Toria Johnson.
All right.
An individual is not started living until he can rise above the narrow confines of his individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity. It is still one of the tragedies of human history that the children of darkness are frequently more determined and zealous than the children of light. Nothing in our glittering technology can rise man to new heights, because material growth has been made an end in itself, and in the absence of moral purpose, man himself becomes smaller as the works of man become bigger. When an individual is no longer a true participant, when he no longer feels a sense of responsibility to his society, the content of democracy is empty. We are prone to judge success by the index of our salaries or the size of our automobiles, rather than by the quality of our service and relationship to humanity. I can never be what I ought to be until you are what you ought to be. This is the way our world is made. No individual or nation can stand out boasting of being independent. We are interdependent.
Racism. To develop a sense of black consciousness and peaceably does not require that we scorn the white race as a whole. It is not the race per se that we fight, but the policies and the ideologies that leaders of that race have formulated to perpetuate oppression. Our doctrine of black supremacy is as evil as our doctrine of white supremacy. Like life, racial understanding is not something that we find, but something that we must create. We must use time creatively, in the knowledge that time is always right to do right.
All right.
Civil rights. I often wonder whether or not education is fulfilling its purpose. The great majority of the so-called education people do not think logically and scientifically. Even the press, the classroom, the platform, and the pulpit, in many instances, do not give us objective and unbiased truth. To save man from the morass of propaganda, in my opinion, is one of the chief aims of education. Education must enable one to sift and weigh evidence, to discern the true from the false, the real from the unreal, and the facts from the fiction. The function of education Therefore, is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. But education, which stops with efficiency, may prove the greatest menace to society. The most dangerous criminal may be the man, gifted with reason, but with no moral.
Justice and freedom. Words cannot express the exaltation felt by the individual as he finds himself with hundreds of his fellows behind prison bars for a cause he knows is just. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. When evil man plot, good man must plan. When evil man burn and bomb, good man must build and bind. When evil men shout ugly words of hatred, good men must commit themselves to the glories of love. Where evil man would seek to perpetuate the unjust status quo, good man must seek to bring into being an order of justice. Today the question is not whether we shall be free, but by what course we will win.
Faith and religion. There is so much frustration in the world today because we have relied on God rather than God. We have genuflected before the God of science, only to find that it has given us the atomic bomb, producing fears and anxieties that science can never mitigate. We have worshipped the God of pleasure, only to discover that thrills play out and sensations are short-lived. We have bowed before the God of money, only to learn that there are such things as love and friendships that money cannot buy, and that in a world of possible depressions, stock market crashes, and bad business investments, money is a rather uncertain deity. These transitory gods are not capable of saving or bringing happiness to the human heart. Only God is able, and it is faith in Him that we must rediscover.
Nonviolence. If there is to be peace on earth and goodwill toward men, we must finally believe in the ultimate morality of the universe and believe that all reality hinges on moral foundations. Violence, as a way of achieving racial justice, is both impractical and immoral. It is impractical because it is a descending spiral ending in destruction for all. The old law of an eye for an eye leaves everybody blind. It is immoral because it seeks to humiliate the opponent rather than to win his understanding. It seeks to annihilate rather than to convert. Violence is immoral because it thrives on hatred rather than love. It destroys community and makes brotherhood impossible. It leads society in monologue rather than dialogue. Violence ends in defeating itself. It creates bitterness and in the survivors and brutality of the destroyers. Thank you.
Peace. True peace is not merely the absence of tension. It is the presence of justice. It is not enough to say we must not wage war. It is necessary to love peace and sacrifice for it. We must concentrate not merely on the eradication of war, but on the affirmation of peace. Hatred and bitterness can never cure the disease of fear. Only love can do that. Hatred paralyzes life. Love harmonizes it. Hatred darkens life. Love illuminates it. Thank you. excerpts from the 1986 proclamation set forth by the President of the United States declaring Martin Luther King Jr. Day an official federal holiday. This year marks the 7th observance of the birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. as a national holiday. It is a time for rejoicing and reflecting. We rejoice because in his short life, Dr. King, by his preaching, his example, and his leadership, helped to move us closer to the ideals on which America was founded. We reflect on his words and his works. Dr. King was truly a prophetic voice that reached out over the chasm of hostility, prejudice, ignorance, and fear to touch the conscience of America. He challenged us to make real the promise of America as a land of freedom, equality, opportunity, and brotherhood. Let all Americans continue to carry forward the banner that fell from Dr. King's hand. Today, all over America, libraries, hospitals, parks, and thoroughfares proudly bear his name. His likeness appears on more than 100 postage stamps issued by dozens of nations around the globe. Today, we honor him with speeches and monuments. But let us do more. Let all Americans of every race and creed and color work together to build in this blessed land a shining city of brotherhood, justice, and harmony. This is the monument Dr. King would have wanted most of all.
Misty watercolor memories of the way we were. Scattered pictures of the smiles we left behind, smiles we gave to one another. For the way we were. Ooh, could it be that it was all so simple then? Or is time rewritten every line? If we had the chance to do it all again, tell me, would we? Could we? Memories may be beautiful, yet, but too painful to remember. We simply choose to forget. So it's the laughter we will remember whenever we remember the way we were, the way we were.
Let's give another round of applause for that. At this time, we would like for you to hold on with us for one moment while we seat the kids from Fletcher Elementary. They're from Ypsilanti, Michigan, and they come to join us with this program. So if any of you college students, I think they got the first couple rows. But if any of you would be so kind, if we don't have enough seats to get us and let them see.
No, I was not here. I was not here to hear him give his powerful speeches. No, I was not here to hear his dreams he had for peace. No, I was not here to see him have blacks and whites walking through the city streets. I was not here to see the legendary Dr. King and peace being made. No, I was not here because in 1969 was before my time. No, I was not here, but I'm here now to make a difference some way and somehow. No, I was not here, but I'm here to make Dr. King's dream a reality. I was not here then, but I am now. So people, let's make a difference. Not someday, not one day, but today.
We would just like to give thanks to the writer of that poem, yours truly. And I'd like to thank Janita at this moment for carrying it out for me and displaying it. Okay, at this time, we'd like to bring Omar Hyatt. He's assistant editor of the Minority Voice, and he works in the Office of Minority Affairs, so I'm sure you've seen him around. People, this is a powerful, powerful brother. And he's very deep. And believe me, just sit back and enjoy his speech. Thank you.
What is the status of the dream? Dr. King, for one day, will celebrate you and your dream. But tomorrow, some of us will forget that you ever existed. Your dream will become a memory until this time next year. Sad to say, this may be the status of your dream. You had a dream of being able to live in harmony with all people of all races. But how can we live peacefully with people of other races when we can't live peacefully with each other in our own neighborhoods? You come from a generation that marched through cities and demanded equality for our people. Now we can't walk down the street in the city for fear that we may be mugged, raped, or robbed by one of our brothers. The generation created, owned, and operated its own businesses and placed them in black neighborhoods. Today it seems when one of us makes a little money, it's off to the suburbs we go. Yeah. Leaving our community poor and making the rich man a little richer. As it was with yours, my generation faces tough obstacles. An oppressive government, drugs, and devilish politicians keep dropping bombs on us in order to keep us in our place. But little do they know our place is at the top. We shall reach that plateau once again. What is the status of the dream? What is the status of the dream? What is the status of the dream? Have patience and faith with my generation, because it is we who make that dream a reality. This is called Uncle Tom, the Man, and Brothers. You scream at your brother because he's got a Benz, a wife, 2 kids, and he lives in the suburbs. But do you know what makes a Tom, brother? You think he's a Tom because he moved away from the inner city? Or is he a Tom because his political, economic, social stances are detrimental to our race as a whole? Does Tom on his way to the top forget the continuous struggles that his people face every day? Did Tom sell his soul to the devil to get to the top? Is Tom motivated by his lust for $1? Or does Tom refuse to socialize or work with us lower class niggas? Why should you call Tom, brother? Because the making of Uncle Tom takes more than a suburban address. I heard you say that the man is keeping you down. He won't give you a job, an education, or opportunity to achieve success in this world. And then you call him a devil. But is the man really a devil whose purpose is to keep you at a lower level? You say he won't give you a job, but still you buy his products. You still wear his sneakers, and you still drink his liquor.
Yeah.
You say he won't give you an education, but do you really want to be educated by a so-called devil? You don't have to depend on the man for an education. He'll most likely fill you with lies you like to call history. You better watch who you call devil, brother, because you may be the devil's advocate. Your skin is dark, your hair is nappy. Your lips are thick. You have all the features, and you think they make you a brother. You stand on chairs and shout power to the people. You quote Malcolm X constantly. You call the white man the devil. You say all the right words, so I guess you're a brother. You wear beads around your neck. You have a glove in one hand. You pump your fist in the air. You have all the symbols. But does that make you a brother? But you can take your features, your symbols, and your words and throw them all away. Because externals, brother, does not a brother make you. Is he really an Uncle Tom? Does the man deserve to be called devil? Are you a brother because you have all the externals? You need to examine yourself first before you start passing judgment. Brother. Please, brothers and sisters, close the church.
Now, see, y'all thought I was lying when I said he was deep, huh? He's deep. Give him another round of applause. Our next performance is by 2 beautiful young women. And when most of us see them around, they always make us laugh constantly. Their names are Jennifer Clemens and Sandra Terrell. And at this time, they're going to do what you call poetry in motion, called the Creed. But they're serious this time, ladies and gentlemen. So here's Jennifer and Sandra with the Creed.
are always clear. The best lessons in life are taught by those who live out their creed. To see good in action is what we all need. I'll soon learn how to do it. If you just show me how it is done. I can watch your hands in motion, because too quick, your tongue may run. I may misinterpret you in your fine advice, but there's no misinterpreting your actions and the way you live your life. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. has lived out his creed, and all the things he's given us are all the things we need.
At this time, we'd like to bring the Disciples of Power with the poem and song. And these guys are members of Phi Beta Sigma Incorporated. Let's give them a hand.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was grace that taught my heart to beat, and grace will lead me on. I once was lost, but now I found. Was blind, but now I see. Amazing grace.
This is the story of a well-known human being, known to the world as Dr. Martin Luther King. Born January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia, where civil rights was running through his mind. His father, minister of the Baptist Church, where Martin Luther King Jr. was taught to put the Lord first. Educated in Atlanta. That's right, that's where his education grew. Harvard, Morehouse, Boston University, just to name a few. awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964. After that award, there came many, many more. He was a great leader and a pastor as well. He taught our people to think rather than to rebel. With his nonviolent marches, our people follow with pride, knowing that one day, that's what I said, one day, segregation would end. So they had joy deep down inside. Even though they were abused, beaten, and attacked, they continued to march on for the freedom of blacks. He did so many heroic things that one person can't even name. That's why we give Martin Luther King Jr. the honor and the fame. He was assassinated on April 4th, 1968, not knowing that one day his name would be so great. So from DOP, we salute you, King. You gave us a light and made freedom free.
The Black Power Rejuvenator. He won the Nobel Peace Prize in '64. It shocked the hell out of whites, knocked them on the floor. They couldn't take a black take this award. Yet the word of God was his shooting sword. Bomb threats and threats were taken out. And in '68, this great man was taken out. Born the year of 1929, his life ended at the sudden age of 39. Last but not least is all I gotta say is happy birthday to MLK. Check. The dream's still alive, so what you gonna do? Check it, come on.
When I was born, I was black. When I grew up, I was black. When I'm sick, I'm black. When I go out for the sun, I'm black. When I die, I'll be black. But you, when you were born, you were pink. When you grew up, you were white.
When you are sick, you are green. When you go out in the sun, you are red.
When you go out into the cold, you are blue.
And when you die, you are purple.
And you call me color?
That was real good, but we still got a little bit more. At this time, we'd like to bring out You Beautiful Black Women organization with Mine All Mine. Let's give You Beautiful Black Woman another hand. They did a wonderful job. Coming up next, we would like to introduce Ms. Terry Petty from Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated with a solo. I'm going to attempt to sing America the Beautiful. For
on me, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains, majesty above the brute and plains, America, America, God shed His grace on me, and crown my goods with brotherhood from sea to Let's give another applause for Terry Penny. At this time, we would like to bring the Brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi and Fraternity Incorporated.
I'd like to say good evening, everybody. Ball, I want to read a few things to you about Martin Luther King as well as the two paintings that we have. Some people have called Martin Luther King Jr. JH. Others have called him a crusader without violence. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King has been described as an idealist as well as a realist. Firstly, to the international spotlight at the age of 27, Reverend King was regarded in 1963 as a symbol of the Negro revolt. Reverend King's broad public career and to Negro revolt began about the same time Mrs. Rosa Parks, an Alabama seamstress, refused to give up her seat to a white male in accordance to the laws and customs of the state of Alabama. 5 days after Mrs. Rosa Parks was hauled off to jail, the Negroes organized the Montgomery Improvement Association and elected Reverend M.L. King to be president. Thus began a struggle between the blacks and whites in the city of Montgomery. The Negroes, under the leadership of Montgomery Improvement Association and M.L. King, simply decided not to ride the buses within the city limits. The boycott was almost 100% effective. A carpool of more than 300 vehicles transported Negroes to and from the job. United as never before, the Negroes stayed off the buses for 381 days. Later, Reverend King and some 70 of his followers were arrested and convicted for illegally boycotting the buses. Reverend King declared that his only offense was in seeking to, quote, instill in my people a sense of dignity and self-respect. All right. I like to expound upon that quote because I would like to bring it to a Ferris State University. I would like to bring it local. I'm in my senior year at Ferris State University, and I've seen various amounts of changes on the campus. One change is, when I first attended the university, it was a family. You couldn't walk through the yard without everybody speaking one another. Right. It's like we're in competition to dislike one another. I don't know what it is. Personally, I blame it on the videos at times, but I don't want to go off into that. These convictions were appealed and later overturned. The city of Montgomery officially declared an end to segregation on city buses on December 20th, 1956. When the buses resumed their rounds unsegregated, King was among the first to arrive. During the turmoil in Montgomery, Reverend King preached the gospel of love. Dr. King continued his style of direct involvement in the fight against racial segregation. Arrested more than a dozen times for taking part in civil rights protest demonstrations, Reverend King harbored no bitterness towards the jailers, nor towards those who supported the jailers. While by no means naive in ways of the world, Reverend King developed a deep faith in the power of love in nonviolence and social relations. One of the favorite admonishments to his followers is that, quote, "Let no man drag you so low as to hate." Now, I know for a fact Dr. King is a better man than me because I found myself hating people for no apparent possible qualified reason. To end this, I like to say in summary that many of the ideas and philosophies of the Reverend King have been rewritten and distorted. We must realize that everyone is an important cog in creating the colorless race. This is America, the melting pot, the basis on which the country was formed. If it took unity to create America as we knew it then, as we know it now, and as we want to have known it, we must use the same strategy, nonviolence and love, to make this country a resource for everyone's disposal. Thank you.
Let's give another hand for Tony Ball. At this time, we'd like to bring Daryl Christian Dexter with a dramatic presentation of I Have a Dream.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are equal. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they are not judged by the color of their skin, but the content of their character. I have a dream. I have a dream that one day the state of Alabama, whose governors lips are presently drilling with the words of the interposition and nullification will be transformed into a situation where little black boys and little black girls will be able to join hands with those little white boys and little white girls and walk together as sister and brother. Have a dream today. Have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, every hill and mountain shall be made low, every rough place will be made plain, and all the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. Thank you. I would like to comment or say a few words in tribute to Martin Luther King. I was not here when this man was alive, but I share in his pain, his struggle, his mental atrocity. And these feelings go within me every day. And I would just like to say that we are his dream. We are the dream that he talked about. He talks through us. But each and every one of us to unify and come together as one. And I know, as well as you, that we, as a whole, as a race, will try and make his dream come true. Thank you.
At this time, we would like to hear a couple of words from Robert Shoemaker, from Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
Hold that, my African brothers and sisters. First, since I'm a young male of about 23 years of age, I must understand that I must first acknowledge my ancestors. So, my ancestors give me permission to go before you and speak. I may begin and continue. I cannot continue until there's an ancestor older than 23 years of age, because when a young boy becomes before a community, he cannot continue unless there's an elder that is present to give them permission to speak. So with your permission, may I continue? Yes. Thank you, brothers and sisters. It is with great pleasure and respect that I humbly come before you today. It is always nice to come to Ferris State University and see the smiling faces, students that have always been here and students that we grew up together. It is even pleasant to see the smiling faces of those not so happy to see me. But you see, I've been to the mountaintop. Therefore, today you see I'm a changed man. I view myself and I view you from a different perspective. See, don't misunderstand me and don't misinterpret what I'm about to say. I know that many of you may interpret and think that I've given up and I've given up the struggle. But see, I can never give up until all African people are free. My dream tells me about myself and the European. It teaches me that if I spend my time proacting, reacting, and acting to the European his injustices, that I don't have time to deal with my people and our self-empowerment. My dream teaches me It teaches me. And you may think that I've forgotten about Malcolm and Marcus Garvey and all the others who talked about separation. You may think that I've adopted integration. Well, you're right. I have adopted integration. Integration of African minds collectively coming together for freedom. Oh, yes, I've been to the mountaintop. Oh, I've been to the mountaintop. Maybe this is why I can look around and see leaders of this campus, one day leaders of the world, leaders keeping Raymond, Gant, and minority affairs so much on their toes that they're going to take care of business for you. Leaders put pressure on President Popovich and the administration to make sure that they meet your needs. Oh, I see leaders. I see leaders like George Rogers and the Black Awareness Foundation getting together with the NAACP to stop philosophize and take their means to action. I see leaders like Peaches at Delta Sigma Theta and you, Miss Bronze Passion, you beautiful black women, getting together. I see you coming together to form what I like to call Respect the African Queen Day. Oh, I see leaders ticking. I see a time bomb ready to explode and blow the wax out of the ear. Tick, time bomb. Oh, I see you, beautiful black women. I see you coming together to form that Respect Me African Queen Day. Sisters, just sit back and watch the brothers say, oh, baby. Oh, honey. Come on, Juanica. African princess, black goddess, mother of the universe, creator of the earth, African queen. Oh, please, baby, please, Queen Makita, Queen Hatshepsut, Queen Nefertiti, Queen Nefertari. Please, baby. Sisters, sit back and watch that once you have respect for yourself, brothers will go on to learn 12 African languages, read 20,000 books about 20 to wear $50 million sheepies, just so they can have you. You see, my sisters, when you understand your greatness, then all people respect you. I think Mary McLeod Bethune said it the best. You measure a race by the character of its woman. Oh, I've been to the mountaintop. I've been to the mountaintop. I've been to the mountaintop and I've had a dream. A dream. Or has my dream become a nightmare? Am I living a dream or a nightmare? When in 1991, President Bush called war on the day of Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. Is that a dream or a nightmare? Is it a dream or a nightmare when whites can steal millions from S&L banks and out of greed and never see a day in jail? Yet a black man can steal a $2 loaf of bread and cheese only to provide for his family and may spend the rest of his life in jail. Is it a dream or a nightmare? Is it a dream or a nightmare? When America neglects to address their health care situation, allowing millions to go in need of medical assistance. Is that a dream or a nightmare, my African brothers and sisters? Is it a dream or a nightmare when black people, still refer to each other as animals and letters in the alphabet? Kiss my A's, you dumb MF, and so on. So the sisters call the brothers, he's nothing but a dog, low down, dirty snake in the grass. Is it a dream or a nightmare when a black man with a white mind can be appointed as judge only to be exploited by a white system with a racist mindset, all at the expense of a young African queen? Is it a dream or a nightmare? Is it a dream or a nightmare when John Inglis snatches general assistance and aid unfairly from thousands, only to allow them to face the brutal, the coldest winter Michigan has ever known? Somebody needs to wake up. Is it a dream or a nightmare when the boy David Duke can run for president in 1992? Is it a dream or a nightmare, African brothers and sisters? Somebody wake up from this nightmare. Slap me, kick me, shake me, but wake me up. Is it a dream? Did Dr. King die for a cause, or just because? Was King's fight in vain? Was his fight in vain? Was What is going on Ferris State University's campus when we're scared to speak out against injustices? What is going on? I want to ask you a question for a minute. How many of you had tests today? Raise your hand. How many of you had classes today on my brother's birthday? Raise your hand. Is it a dream or a nightmare? Black people, black men and women, we need to speak out. Wake up from your dream, nightmare. Speak out, let somebody hear you. Speak out powerfully, speak out forcefully, but please speak out. Don't misunderstand me when I say powerfully. You know how people do and misunderstand you. I'm not talking about running around with your fists in the air, talking about fights and power. When I say power, I know that nothing is accomplished in this universe without power. It took the sun and moon powerfully to rise up in this dark world. It takes power for a lion to devour his prey. It takes power for a black man and woman to seriously get into a relationship. It takes power for the mighty wind to blow pollen from trees to trees only to bring life and growth. It takes power for the great oceans and trees to carve African existence into mountains and valleys. Most of all, it takes power for an African queen to lie down and birth you into this world. It took power. It even takes power for us young brothers, young constipated brothers, to push that little piece of doodle out of you. It takes power. Brothers and sisters, time to stand up against the injustice of the school, this country, and this world. Wake up, black man. Wake up, black woman. See yourselves as powerful scientists, powerful doctors, powerful lawyers, powerful AKAs, powerful alphas, powerful Fs, powerful Kappa Alpha Psi, powerful you beautiful black women. Powerful. It takes power. See yourselves as powerful students, powerful revolutionaries. Somebody wake up. Somebody wake up, shake me, kick me, slap me, roll me out of bed, wake me up from this nightmare. Wake me up from this freak show. Slap me, kick me, knock me out the bed, put water on my face. Jump on me, but wake me up so we can make this dream a reality. Hotel.
I'm scared to come up here, Rob. You're so proud of me. I don't know what to say next. But, okay, let's give another hand for Robert Shoemaker. Just to let you know, he is a former Ferris State University student. So, okay, at this time, we'd like to bring out again the women of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, and they're going to do It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday Again, because we feel that this song is really keeping in with this event, and so we would like to bring them out again. Please welcome AKA.
How do I say goodbye to what we had? The good times that made us laugh always come back. I thought we'd get
But in keeping with tonight's theme and program, I just like to say, as Black African American brothers and sisters, we do need to stop all the jealousy, all the one guy might have on a Malcolm X hat with trimmed in gold, and so what? I mean, give him, say, hey, you know, man, what's up, you know, I like to have, don't down your brother or your sister because of the way they look, or the way with something they got on, or we need to stop all the jealousy. Some sisters come around with attitudes, don't like her or him, and don't know him. Don't judge a book by its cover. Get to know somebody first before you put people around. All these Black and African American organizations, we need to come together and unify. I mean, try to support, as much as your money will allow, each and everybody's program. I mean, if somebody's Alpha's giving something one day, try to attend. If the AKAs are giving something, try to attend. If the NAACP is trying to give us something, try to support them. Please try to support each and every minority group and organization on campus. Don't try to compete and say, oh, well, you know, I'm not going to theirs because it might not be a good turnout. So what? If you're the only person there, go and support them and show that, you know, you support your brothers and sisters. Without further ado, I'd like to bring to you Mr. Raymond Gant. Before I do, I'd just like to say, as a senior social work student, I'm currently doing my internship in the Minority Affairs Office, so I'm sure many of you have seen me in there, busy, at work. And Mr. Gant is a wonderful, hard-working individual. I know a lot of people might get mad. They try to get Raymond to, you know, support this cause or that cause, but this is a hard, very hard-working brother. And Raymond has put a lot of effort and time into supporting each and every minority student and faculty and staff member. And a lot of people don't know or appreciate how much Raymond actually does for the minority students. But at this time, I'd like to bring him, and please, everybody, let's give him a warm welcome and round of applause for all of his comments.
I can't see a thing out there. I just wanted to share something with you in terms of my contribution to the annual recognition of Dr. Martin Luther King, and that is a brief speech that King delivered. I'd like to share that with you today. The speech that he delivered the day before he was assassinated, April 3rd, 1968. Every now and then, I guess we all think realistically about that day when we will be victimized. What is life's final common denominator? That's something that we call death. About it in a morbid sense. Every now and then I stop and ask myself, what is it that I would want said? I'll leave the word to you this evening. If any of you are around when I have to meet my day, I don't want it long with you. And if you get somebody to deliver the eulogy, tell them not to talk too long. And every now and then I wonder what I want them to say. Tell them not to mention that I have a Nobel Peace Prize. That is important. Tell them not to mention that I have 300 or 400 other awards. Tell them not to mention where I went to school. But I want someone to mention on that day that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. tried to give his life serving us. I want you to say on that day that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. tried to clothe those who were naked. I want you to say on that day that I did try in my life to visit those who were in prison. Yes, that's all I want you to say. I want you to say that I tried to love and to serve humanity. Yes, if you want to say that I was a drum major. Say that I was a drum major for justice. That I was a drum major for peace. That I was a drum major for righteousness. and all of the other shallow things in life will not matter. I won't have any money to leave behind. I won't have the fine and luxurious things in life to leave behind, but I just want to leave a committed life behind. That's all I want to say. If I can help somebody as I pass along, if I can cheer someone with a word of song, if I can show somebody they're traveling wrong, then my living will not be in vain. If I can do my duty as a Christian, if I can bring salvation to a world once brought, if I can spread the message as the Master taught, then my living will not be in vain. Let not your living be in vain as well. Do what you can do to keep the dream alive. A dream is nothing unless you engage yourself in constructive action. The challenge is yours. You are the keepers of the dream for 1992. Thank you very much. At this time to introduce my children who are a little bit resistant and reluctant about coming out here. But they've been strongly encouraged to come on out today and share in the King's tribute. And without further ado, my loving children, Aaron, Camille, Tracy, Vanessa, Langston. And I have one more on the way. My lovely wife right here. They wanted to share something with you today, and I'm going to let them do that. So without further ado, I'll give it to my oldest son right here. He'll take it over.
We are the ones. We are the children. We are the ones to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a brighter day for you and me.
We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones to make a better day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving all our lives. It's true, we'll make a better day for you and me. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones that make a better day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. Should we make a better day, just you and me? We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones that make a better day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we making. We saving our lives. It's you to make a better day, it's you and me.
That's what it's all about. If my 3-year-old baby son can be out here and do something, I know that next year you can be out here and do something as well. At this time, we'd like to dismiss you, and I'd like to thank everyone that was involved in the program, and Holly Whitehead did an excellent job. Holly. She's talking about me, but she's the one that deserves all the credit. Holly did a superb job of putting this program together and doing an excellent job in the office of intern. We're very proud, very fortunate that Holly is our president. And I'd like to also thank all the organizations, the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi, Phi Eta Psi, Omega Psi Phi, Phi Delta Psi, Alpha Kappa Alpha, Delta Sigma Theta, Sigma Gamma Rho, Beta Phi Beta. I want to thank everyone, YBPW, the Beautiful Black Women Organization, Youth Ambassadors for Christ, the Gospel Choir. The list goes on and on and on. The Hispanic Cultural Club, Jerry Gonzalez did an excellent job. He wasn't involved in the program, but he did an excellent job in the office. And thousands of others, in addition to the ambassadors who handed out the programs to you when you came in. Thank you very much. And to the Minority Student Professional Organization, I've not forgotten, Richard. We want to thank you very much for all of your support. And for everyone else, we certainly appreciate this opportunity. As we close, we're going to close with a song. Before we do that, Dr. Simon Perkins is going to lead us in prayer as we close, and then we're going to close, as Holly just instructed me, with the song together. So, Dr. Perkins, can you lead us in closing prayer?
Wait. Let us stand and be prepared to be dismissed.
To thy glory,